Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to April's Crafty Creations, also known as April Vickery's Crafty Creations. Today I wanted to show you how I made my card here. It's using the Parisian Beauty by Stampin' Up. If you order the bundle, you get 10% off, or you can order these supplies separately. They are in our new mini occasions catalog, which started on January 3rd. And as you can see, these are the dies and the stamp set. And if you buy both of them, you'll get the 10% off, and it's only $43. So I hope you will look into doing that. And if you need a demonstrator, please feel free to use me, April Vickery. And excuse me, I'm sorry. Get you the Stampin' Up site. It's aprilcraftycreations.stampinup.net. So that's aprilcraftycreations.stampin, STAMPINUP.net. So if you have any questions, just give me a call. You can reach out to me, and I can also help you that way. So this card I am going to make a little different this time. Here you can see that I used a full first layer of the card. This time I have cut it down to where they are basically equal. What I mean by equal is that they both measure the same way, and I'm just going to now adhere them down. For this one, I did use the new embossing folder as well. The embossing folder is over here, and it's the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder, and it's only $10, so that's a pretty good deal. And I will recommend that you get the texture plates to go with it, because this is a very deep embossing folder. And in order to get that pop, that embossed look to come over rich, you'll have to use that texture plate. So let's begin. First, we're going to go ahead and use this. This one is cut down to 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. Basically, I'm going to my card base, is 4.5 by 11, and I scored it at 5.5. So my card is actually 4.5 by 5.5, and I usually go down just 1/8 of an inch from there, and do my cutting. So it should be 4 3/8 and 5 3/8, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Just cut it down to you. Got it the way you like it, or you can just do 4 1/4 by 2 1/4, which is pretty much the same thing if you want 1/4 inch. So I'm going to use my paper snips here, cut that off. Because this is embossed, that's why I'm using the tear and tape that Stampin' Up has in their catalog, for the annual catalog, excuse me. And since it is textured, I tend to lean towards the tear and tape just because it holds better, and the glue sometimes doesn't work as well on embossed, but you might have a glue that works great. So I mean, use whatever you like. I'm just giving you my recommendations. And that would have helped if I burnished that down as well. So anyways, well, here's my card. Here's my card base. Here's my first layer. This is Petal Pink. Okay, so here's my first one. And as you can see, I just have the 1/8 of an inch around. This one I am going to use glue. I found these bottles on Amazon and I love them. It's got a very fine tip. I just use a safety sewing pin or whatever to hold it. It does get clogged sometimes, but it saves on glue for sure. Sometimes you can be a little too heavy on glue and your paper will warp, and you don't want that on your card. Okay, so here's my second one. And this is the designer series paper. It is called Parisian Blossom Specialty Designer Paper. It is $14.50. And oh my goodness, the foil looks in here are gorgeous. Okay, so I have it this way. Here's my sample. I am going to first go ahead and layer a flourish that comes in the die set. So I'm going to do that first. And I'm just, you know, looking at the big spots to lay this down, to adhere glue, sorry. Okay. So I will lay that down first. And I'm just going to tap it, even though it does dry clear. And then I'm going to smush it. So it does dry clear, so you're good. Or you can always use a baby wipe or a dry baby wipe. Your lint, your fabric softener sheets, just make sure they're dry or they've been used at least once, and you can go over that. Okay, so I have my flourish. Now I want to go ahead and add my Eiffel Tower. And I did cut this out, well, die cut this out using the Big Shot and my texture plates and the framelits that come with the stamp set. And again, I'm just spotting it, not really putting glue on the whole thing. And I'm gonna kind of just add that right here. Make sure it's straight as I can get it without putting my big head in the way. Okay. And now I'm going to use my Amour, which is the wording that's in the die set. Again, apply the glue to the big areas, not all over. You don't want a mess of glue coming out. So you're just kind of spotting it. Okay. I am going to add this one over here. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Now I want to spruce it up some, and I did do the bling here and put it on the three ends of the flourish. However, I think this time I wanted to use my my other stamp set, butterfly from Stampin' Up, the butterfly flourish, I think is what it's called. But I want to add just the butterflies. And it's okay to do tone on tone. I mean, you can do it any way you want. However, I will advise you that when you're doing embellishments, you always want to go ahead and do odd numbers. There's one. Here's my next one. And this is using the Petal Pink, Whisper White, and the Basic Gray. You have chunky fingers like me, this helps a lot. Okay, well maybe not. So we're just gonna fold it in half, stick it down, use my pen to make sure it's adhered. So there's that one, and then we're gonna go ahead and do one more petal pink. I'll just add that one right there. Let's see. Well, I think that's all I'm going to do for this one. So this is the sample we made, and this is the other one. But I'm showing you how to use your other products, such as the butterfly stamps die set, and you can interchange with that as well. So I hope you liked today's video. If you have any questions or concerns, or need to know how to do something, just reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you make and create your card the way you would like. But until then, we will see you again, and happy stamping.